Hey everyone, it's Cupquake. Welcome back to the channel. I'm happy to announce this video is sponsored by Nintendo. Today I am really excited because we are going to be creating another Paper Mario Color Splash DIY. And Paper Mario Color Splash is now available for you to play only on the Wii U. So last time we focused on the heroes of Paper Mario Color Splash. Today we're focusing on the villain. And who is stealing all the color from Prism Island? Shy Guy. Which is why today we are going to be making a Shy Guy paper mache mask. Just add a straw to be a slurp guy, just like on Prism Island. Paper Mario Color Splash is an action-adventure game set on mysterious Prism Island, and you play as Paper Mario to try to restore the island's vanishing colors. So let's get right into the project. This is a messy one, so I would suggest covering your table with a plastic cloth. It gets messy, but it's fun. So you're also going to be needing a balloon, white glue, a paintbrush, and a pair of scissors. I'm also going to be using this black mesh fabric for the eye holes. You'll only be needing a little bit of this. And for the strap, I'm going to be using this brown elastic. You'll be needing a bowl, white and black paint, some gloves, and a glue gun. You'll also be needing some paper. So you can use newspaper, any kind of paper you have lying around works. And what we're gonna do is we are going to cut this in strips. Next, blow up your balloon to the size of your head. So if you have a tiny head, make it small. And if you have a big head, make it big. Next, we are going to grab our glue and add 1 part glue to 1 part water. Mix this and make sure to get rid of any clumps. So now that we have our mixture ready, we are going to put our gloves on to keep our fingers nice and dry. And then we're going to grab our newspaper strips and place it in the glue water mixture. So make sure to wet the whole paper, and as you pull it out, kind of use your 2 fingers to get excess water off, and then you're gonna just place this onto your balloon. So we're going to do multiple layers. So you're first gonna apply the strips vertically. Then once you've completed that, you're going to apply the strips horizontally. And for the next layer, you're gonna go back to vertical. So you're going to switch back and forth. I would suggest doing at least 3 layers. So once you have your layers all done, go ahead and let that dry. You want to make sure it dries completely. It takes about 2 days. So if you're going to do this, plan ahead. Now that your paper is dry, go ahead and grab your balloon and pop it. It makes a really fun sound. Then you're going to grab a pair of scissors and we're going to cut the balloon in half. So now I'm just cutting off the bottom portion to give it a nice clean cut. And now we are going to figure out where the eye holes are gonna be. So place the mask on your face, figure out where the eye holes are, mark them, and cut them with scissors. Place it back on your face to make sure that you can see out of those holes to make sure they're correct. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and grab a pencil, and we are going to make these holes a little bit bigger. It's really up to you how big you want the eye holes to be, but for me, I decided to keep them pretty small. So now that you have one hole nice and cut out, you're gonna do the same thing for the other side. And don't forget the mouth, because Shy Guy sucks up the color with a straw, and we want a straw to be able to fit in here. So now I'm grabbing a pencil and I'm just drawing the rest of the eyes, where the eyes are gonna be. I'm using a picture for reference. And once we have that done, I'm going to coat this with gesso. You can use clear gesso or white gesso, it doesn't matter. I would give this a couple coats. This is going to help harden the mask. And if you really want a smooth texture for the mask, you can go ahead and sand it down and you won't see any of the lumps from the paper. So now that that's completely dry, we're gonna grab some white paint and a paintbrush and paint the mask white. And since I'm using acrylic paint, it dries fairly quickly. Now we can grab our black paint and go ahead and paint in the eyes. I'm grabbing a thinner brush so I can get the detail of the eyes and make the lines a little sharper. So now that we have the eyes painted, I went ahead and flipped over the mask, and I am adding some hot glue to the edge of the mask just because I'm noticing that the paper is starting to fray. So the glue is going to help keep everything together. Then I'm grabbing my elastic strap and I've measured this around my head, and I'm going to use hot glue to adhese it for now just to make sure that it fits. But once you've put it on and you know that it fits, I would recommend using industrial grade glue and going back over that so you know it will be nice and secure. Next, I'm going to grab my black mesh fabric and we are going to cut this so we can place them over the eye holes. So cut little squares, make sure they fit over the eyes, and we're just going to glue this down. I think hot glue will work just fine here. Make sure to not use your fingers to press it down. Use a stick or something because it will seep through the fabric. And it's very, very hot. So now I flip the mask over and I am just doing little touch-ups, making the mask fit my face a little better, cutting off some pieces. I decided to use some foam paper, and I'm just gluing 2 pieces together here to place on each opposite side of my chin so that the mask can look a little round towards the bottom, and these are going to rest on my chin and kind of elevate the mask. So once you're happy with the shape, you are now done. All you really need is a red hoodie and you now have a Paper Mario Shy Guy costume. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. Remember, it does take a few days just because everything needs to dry completely, but it's really fun, it's really easy to do. And now you can start draining the color from Prism Island.